This is Parks from Keymaster Games, and I'm here with Mattox, one of the brilliant minds behind Keymaster Games, and he's going to tell us a little bit about how this game works.
Parks is a game where we're celebrating national parks in America with art from the 59 Parks print series. We teamed up with those folks, and there's a bunch of different artists seen throughout the game, but a lot of the artwork is focused on parks, obviously. So in the game, you're going to be two hikers traversing a trail that's going to be changing throughout the game, and you're going to be collecting these different mountains or forests or water or sunshine across the trail to go visit parks. So I'm going to talk about setup, and that's going to help you kind of understand how the game works. So parks, that's the deck here, the parks deck. 3 parks are going to come out. These parks require these different resources that I just mentioned, and they're going to be worth different point values on them. So in order to visit them, you got to see a mountain or see a forest or things like that. And when you see a mountain or forest, you'll collect that resource there. How do you do that? Well, you're going to be traversing the trail throughout the game. So we're going to put the trail head and the trail end down here. And the trail is going to change every season. There's 4 seasons in the game to form the whole year. And there's different advanced trail tiles that will get shuffled in, but we'll just shuffle in this one. For example, to set up this first season, shuffle up the trail, and then it would come out down here like so. These will be nicer tiles. A lot of these components are obviously not final. This is the prototype version of the game, and when we work with a manufacturer, things will be tiles and different things will be nicer and whatnot. So the trail is here. Other things to set up would be your season card. So you're going to deal out 4 seasons, place that there, and then reveal the first one. That's going to change up every game and set the weather pattern for the trail. The year will be out, which determines, hey, whoever has the most canteens this year at the end of the game is going to score 2 extra points. And lastly are these gear cards. So, boom, you would place out 3 here, and these are going to help you as you adventure across the trail. And canteens, they're just a deck over here that you're going to be able to pull from, and they're going to help you score. So, in the game, your 2 meeples will start at the trailhead. Let's say this was a 3-player game, so we have our 2 different meeples for each player color. In the game, you're traversing across the trail from left to right. So a first player would choose where they'd want to go on the trail. I forgot to set up the nice old weather pattern over here, so I'm going to do that real quick. The weather pattern goes out and puts sunshine and water in that order across these parks, starting with the second park we just saw there. So whoever's the first to visit that site is going to gain that extra resource. And these sites each have different abilities. So here you would gain a mountain. Over here you would see wildlife. But in order to see wildlife, you have to turn in 1 resource like sunshine, and it would turn into this wildlife cube, which I have so handily forgotten. I'm not sure where I put those. But wildlife is wild, and it will count as any sort of resource that you'd want when visiting a park. So as you're going down the trail, you're seeing different sites, but when a hiker's on a site, they're camping out there, so you can't visit it unless you'd want to spend your campfire. And each player has a campfire token, and it starts on the fire side, and when they spend it, it flips over to the smoky side. So they spent their campfire to go visit that site in order to share the campsite. So that's the main mechanics of the game. Once you hit the end of the trail, you can visit a park or buy gear and all that good stuff, and the player with the most points at the end wins. That's Parks from Keymaster Games, designed by Henry Audubon.
Guys, this game is really fun. I just played it with Mattox and really enjoyed myself. A nice worker placement game, especially for 2 players. At least that's what I think. So you guys should totally check this out.